good because the AC's loud in here.
Yeah. It'll filter. It's like a low pass filter.
That's exactly what it is. Okay, well I'm ready, Mike. Are you ready?
Did you just download everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, vision, target patterns.
Yeah, stop looking at it. Are we ready, Mike?
Oh,
Alright.
say what statements again? Hey, I'm trying to say things.
Logo looks good.
Thank you. Try a little louder.
Should I?
Oh, cannot stand it. I guess there's a noise, right?
We're good, we're good.
Okay. That worked.
You ready, Mike? I'm waiting on you.
Oh. I will resist.
Alright guys, we're about to go live, so
Okay.
you
Get,
can see
get your F bombs out right now. Yeah, quickly.
Oh, we're live.
JR.
Oh, too late.
Oh, okay.
We're live now?
That's fun. We're gonna chat again, right?
Okay, you can stay out there and just listen in. What? Oh, cool.
Is it?
Yeah, it says live. Top left corner, live.
I know you guys put something
I guess you're learning a lot about YouTube this week.
I'll do the other part now.
Are you ready, Barry?
Yeah.
Oh, we should get the GoPro and put it in form.
I'm trying to think what I would need to do. We're going to use this to film reactions, so I'm going to be typing this. You will. Okay, I was going to say, if you're right there, it'll be in
Samantha, did you bring your GoPro?
Oh. You said Tyler. I said say no more.
Good? Yes, no?
Leadership professionalism is foundational, and our goal is to help get your family and friends home safely. Working with a team of engineers, we think big, take action, and help each other be successful. Making sure our team members feel valued and respected results in a quality of work that makes a difference in people's lives every day.
How long's the kickoff video? 15 minutes, alright. Alright, I'm going to film when it gets to the game. You guys see why Disney did was so involved in the FRC kickoff this year? There was what's that show called? Fosters?
Welcome has been a proud sport.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently the Fosters did this whole episode about the drama of being on a first team, which apparently was pretty much spot on.
Over the past 2 years, our engineering and product teams have worked very closely with FIRST
Yeah, I heard
to
about that
reimagine, develop, and improve the control
It's like their
system
robot doesn't
with the
work
latest
during the
mobile
first match.
technologies.
It's like it's just sitting there.
Oh, this is a rock
And then
At the heart of
the adults start yelling and one
And
of
this
them
year,
walks off
we
the
are
field and
thrilled
like,
to
oh,
be
violation!
to the program as a presenting sponsor. At Qualcomm, we continue to be inspired by your innovative spirits, teamwork, and passion to create.
No, that was our online
We want to empower you as inventors who bring the future forward faster and solve
I
big
like
challenges for
robots.
our world.
I hope so, Barry.
Thank you, sponsors. Now we'd like you to turn your attention to the First Scholarship and Alumni Program.
Yay!
Did you know as a first participant, you have access to millions of dollars in scholarships, and as an alumni, you have a network of support and exclusive internship opportunities at your fingertips.
You gonna leave the remote
Check
over there
out
by
how
you?
much further First
There, what?
can take
Okay.
you.
I'm just say if it ends up needing to be louder when it starts, we can.
And I feel brought to life by the stirring in someone's heart.
Thanks, Siri.
We are perfect. We are here to open doors for Brainstorm. First participants and alumni gain access to our network of hundreds of providers and millions of dollars in scholarship money, available exclusively to first participants
It's a
around the world.
well-produced video.
You've already taken the first step. Let us help you find out how much fun.
I'm still annoyed they didn't put it up till like the last second.
Oh, they wait. It's the idea, but.
And now a message about the founding principles of FIRST, gracious professionalism. Members of our esteemed game design
Like, all of
committee
this is
want to
from
tell you what gracious
the
professionalism means to them.
I just saw Franklin in the background.
So many cameras.
Which wheel has best traction?
Hey, Joe.
How many motors do we use?
I saw myself.
Some of the toughest decisions you'll face.
Aren't you
when
fan?
you're dealing with other teams.
Did you see your shoes or your actual body?
I saw the Benjamin Franklin costume.
Okay.
Encourages you to make the right choices and do the right thing.
Thank you, Joe.
It'll benefit you and your team. So to me, your team means doing the right thing, regardless of whether you win or lose. Gracious professionals.
Yay!
One word. Family.
Mandy.
How we compete for attention, how we fight and claw to become our own, how we overcome obstacles, how we help each other succeed, and how we celebrate together. With all
He was
of
trying
this
really
together,
hard to convince
rather
me
than
to stick with
volunteer
Mentoring
intent,
Masquerades
how we
this
work
season.
together
Manny
to
was?
achieve a
Yeah,
greater goal.
that sounds
We are
super.
one family.
I like
That's
Mandy.
what gracious professionalism means to me. That's what FIRST means.
He respected my dad wanted to go, but he was like talking me into keeping it going.
You gotta focus on school though, so.
Yeah.
It will still be there after you graduate.
There will be teams.
There will be teams that will love your help any year of your life.
We're really excited about this game. Give it your best shot.
Oh man.
The moment
Guys,
we're proud to finally reveal this year's game.
That's a croquet mountain.
With a wiffle ball.
I like wiffle balls. You know how to shot in.
The Velocity Vortex.
Is that an exercise ball?
A team consists of two driver operators, a coach, and a robot. The robot has to be built from materials specified in the game manual
I dig it.
and fit within an 18-inch sizing cube.
That's our new
As the
drivetrain.
match starts, the robot may expand. Each match is played with 4 randomly selected teams, 2 per alliance. Your alliance partner for one match may be your opponent in another.
Okay, so one of the 4 is a
The game
shooter.
is played on a 12-foot square playing field with a foam tile floor and 1-foot-high walls.
Hey, we have one of those.
One of the vortices is red and blue.
Okay. Alright.
Between them is the center vortex, which can freely rotate.
Oh yes!
4 beacons are mounted on top of the field walls.
Okay.
Below each beacon is a unique vision pattern for navigation. A
What?
red tape stripe leads up to each beacon. The field is divided by red and blue tape stripes.
Alright, so it's another corner-based game.
Hot shot with different type of goal in the middle.
The Velocity Vortex game includes particles that are 3.75 inches in diameter.
One ball I didn't bring.
There are also 2 cat balls 21 inch in diameter.
Whoa!
Oh, cat balls.
The cat balls are placed in the center vortex assembly.
Almost wore my
Teams place
racing
their robots
shirt.
on the field, touching the wall in front of their alliance stations. They may preload 1 or 2 particles, up to 3 per alliance.
Okay.
So you can't actually do 3, you can only do 2 max.
I said those
Well,
are
3 per alliance, it said.
Field personnel randomize the 4
I heard
beacons.
one or
The match begins with a
Color
30-second autonomous period.
It's the same beacon.
yeah, for sure.
Robots can only operate by pre-programmed instructions. If a robot presses a beacon button matching its alliance color, the alliance is awarded 30 points.
That's substantial.
Also, an additional particle will be added to the field before the driver control period begins. A cat ball in contact with the floor will earn an alliance 5 points. Each particle scored through the center vortex earns 15 points, and particles scored into corner vortices earn 5 points each.
Oh, so it recycles the ball.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
At the end of the autonomous period, if a robot is center vortex base or corner vortex ramp, that alliance is awarded 5 points each.
Partially.
If a robot can park fully on the center vortex base or corner vortex ramp, the alliance is awarded 10 points each.
It's a flat
After
field
the
mostly.
autonomous period ends, the field personnel introduce additional earned particles into the field. Then, the 2-minute driver-controlled period begins. Now, each particle scored through the center vortex earns 5 points.
Wow, that's substantial.
It's worth more during teleop than the time.
Particles scored into corner vortexes earn 1 point each. During the driver-controlled period, alliances may capture or recapture a beacon. Whichever color is lit up at the end of that match earns that alliance 10 points.
Oh, that's cool.
I like that.
That's cool. Those
I like
beacons
that.
are hard. They're not easy to hit
The last
either.
30 seconds of the driver-controlled period is the end game. During this time, the robots may lift the cat balls to earn extra points. If your robot is holding a cat ball off the playing field floor at the end of the match, your alliance is awarded 10 points.
21 inches, they
But
said.
if your robot can lift it above the center vortex crossbar, your alliance earns 20 points.
He's happy.
And if a center vortex is capped, that alliance gets 40 points.
Can we do that,
The
please?
game manual
That's
also
fine.
lists various penalties to help ensure fair gameplay. For example,
That
robots
seems
may
fair.
not destroy a cat ball.
I'm for that.
A robot may not extend above 29 inches before the end game.
Okay.
A robot may not. A robot may not hit.
Exactly how that would go.
Brief summary of the Velocity Vortex game and does not include the latest updates. Please carefully read the game manual and the game forum for the complete rules. We want you to have fun and be competitive, but please remember gracious professionalism, both on and off the playing field. Have fun and good luck this season. Go first tech challenge.
The fact that everything is recycled is really interesting.
Yeah, I wonder how they're scoring that.
Yeah, it's like
Some kind of optical sensors.
Yeah, but they don't have FCS.
Yeah.
That's the thing. There's no central
It's-
control system. So maybe there is control
and it doesn't
system.
work the same as FRC with like the tablets and
moving this
stuff.
over
So
very
it's
well.
like we just
Let's watch that
do
again.
marks, I guess.
So I brought all my old game pieces except the
The
wiffle.
game is played on a playing field with a foam
Like,
tile floor
but-
and 1 foot high walls.
Well, there's got to be a Walmart nearby, right?
Yeah.
So is there only 2 wiffle balls on the field?
Yeah, yeah, that's what it says. There's 3, and if you do the thing in autonomous, you can get a 4th.
Between them is the center.
do
vortex
do
and
what thing
free
in autonomous?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
just,
there are a couple. Yeah.
We should read it both.
4
as well.
beacons are mounted on top of the field walls.
Yeah, there's 3 routines and 6 total, right? Are they the same color?
no, I think they're gonna be color
I
divided.
think they're colored.
Okay.
The field is divided by red and blue tape stripes.
This is the 3rd year in a row with footballs.
Yeah.
First year we actually
Because Animark sold all the golf
The
balls, I was not
velocity vortex
expecting
game
wiffle
includes
balls.
particles that are 3.75 inches in diameter.
yeah regular.
There are also 2 cat balls 21 inch in diameter.
This thing's diameter, not
The cat
circumference.
balls are placed in the center
always do
vortex assembly. Teams place their robots on the field, touching the wall in front of their alliance stations. They may preload 1 or 2 particles, up to 3 per alliance.
Up to 3 per alliance, see?
Yeah.
So it's
Well, it said they
It's like
can
1 or
preload
2.
1 or 2
Up to 3. Okay, gotcha.
Before the
per
match,
alliance.
field personnel randomize the 4 beacons. The match begins with a 30-second autonomous period. Robots may only operate by pre-programmed instructions. If a robot presses a beacon button matching its alliance color, the alliance is awarded 30 points. Also, an additional particle will be added to the field before the driver-controlled period begins.
So it's either add a particle if you hit the.
A cat ball in contact with the floor will earn an alliance 5 points. Each particle scored through the center vortex earns 15 points.
Oh,
and particles scored through
15.
corner vortices earn 5 points each.
15 and 5, then after it's 5.
At the end of the autonomous period, if a robot is parked partially on the center vortex base or corner vortex ramp, that alliance is awarded 5 points each. If a robot can park fully on the center vortex base or corner vortex ramp, the alliance is awarded 10 points each. the autonomous period ends, the field personnel introduce additional earned particles into the field. Then the 2-minute driver
If you
control
earn
period
it, so
begins.
it's not automatic.
Now each
You have to
particle
earn it,
scores
so
a
you
cent
have to
per
do autonomous in order to get the extra balls
Right.
to further improve your Talia.
Wow, that's huge.
I wonder if there's a limit to how many you can
particles scored into
Probably.
because they don't say anything specifically.
During the driver control period,
So they might not give you a limit because it might not
recapture a
hit
beacon.
all the balls.
Whichever colors lit up at the end of that match.
It's gonna be hard enough to pick up.
Beginning of the season's gonna be determined by who can have the most beacons at the end.
Yeah, it's 10 points each.
The beginning of the season.
For our purpose, I like this game.
During this time,
Yes,
I like this game
lift
a
the
lot.
cat balls to
There's
earn
a,
extra
there's a lot
points.
of different
If
things.
your robot is holding a cat ball off the playing field floor at the end of the match, your alliance is awarded 10 points. But if your robot can lift it above the center vortex crossbar, your alliance earns 20 points. And if a center vortex is capped, that alliance gets 40 points.
It's super hard because those are all
The game manual also
so
lists various penalties
you accidentally hit it and it spins around to the other side and you gotta
robots
go
may not be scored a capped ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Escape was a show house.
The robot may not extend above 29 inches before the end game.
At the same time,
Where's 29 inches?
A robot may not
It's
be
10
on the
inches,
playing
11
field.
inches over the robot. I'm sure it has something to do with the
A
ball height.
robot may not pin another robot.
I wonder what those cones on the ball. Oh, it's just to redirect the ball.
yeah, it's to redirect the
It
balls.
does not include
Um,
latest updates. Please carefully read the game.
But I mean, there
manual
also has to be
forms
like
for
a
the
decent amount of weight to the center structure, so it probably doesn't spin that easily.
No, it's
But it
probably
will
not.
definitely
It's
spin.
probably not on a bearing. It's probably just PVC sitting on the wood. But
Oh yeah, no, it'll be PVC on like a steel pipe, which is
Yeah.
what they always do for
Yeah.
game elements. It'll be PVC and like a steel pipe or a plastic tube.
does anyone need to watch it again, or should we start reading up?
I think let's start reading up and let's
Yeah.
find the numbers for the points.
Yeah.
So there are changes.
Barry,
to
is
the
this
game
still
element.
recording?
It is still recording.
There are two.
But it's at the top.
So in terms of like robot stuff, like what things, stuff, or stuff that should
There was one thing in there about like particles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
think
they
I.
didn't actually say how you would earn them.
Well,
They
they
said one
said
way.
they said one way.
autonomous, but like they didn't really
They
go into
they
detail.
said the only one I heard was
Was
if
hitting
you
the
push
beacon.
the ball off of the center structure in autonomous, you get one extra.
And hitting the beacon.
Hitting a beacon was another one. I missed that one.
So you can probably get 5 extra somewhere here if you hit all beacons and knock the ball off.
Yeah. So that could be 8 total.
Good luck hitting all 4 of them.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think you're gonna have.
in 30 seconds.
I mean, but there's at no point did they say anything about who hits it first gets the points, and if you hit them all, if you just hit it, you'll get points.
I don't know, if you only have 30 seconds.
At the same time, it's supposed to be randomized, so I don't know.
Yeah. So
the color
you've got
would-
7.5
Well, the color will
seconds.
disappear.
You've got 7.5 seconds to locate the beacon, run over, tag it. and
Well,
then-
they're in set positions, and then they have like the set images on the wall. But I don't really understand the purpose of that because they'll be in the same positions every time with the white lines.
yeah, I would track the colors. I wouldn't.
I would just track the lines. I wouldn't track this.
Yeah, I don't think
pictures
the
of the
images
wall.
really do much.
I think it's just to distinguish which one's which for visual. I mean, not for robot visual, but just for visual. I don't know.
I mean, you can use it to see if you've already hit that beacon before.
I mean, because it's not anything made for robot vision. It's
No.
just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's called vision target.
it's called a vision target. But a robot can't tell what all that is.
Yeah, true.
Unless that's just a placeholder for some kind of more geometric.
I doubt it would.
No, the rules have the same picture of the gears.
Yeah. You can when you're looking at the game elements, the specific pictures were the same 4. So
I mean, if you want me to put a camera on my bot, put freaking something I can look at.
Yeah, triangle, circle, square,
Yeah.
star.
How many dots are there?
You can give it a face on the clock.
does this thing launch?
No, it's cool. Basically, I just want to have a video shot of that thing. Just
set it? Yeah, set it at 12 o'clock, so that way.
Okay.
That's a great point. Oh, is it an alarm clock? You have to
No,
think back.
don't put
Or
that one.
is this?
I don't know how to set it. Let's see. But at the same time, I want to try me. Try me just makes it count down as loud and annoying, but that's what we want video of. But right now we just want to set it to 12 o'clock. Might be good batteries. Alarm set something. Hours minutes. That's
So, from what I'm seeing, it's only the bonus particles are only hitting the beacons.
Well, they in the video they also said hitting it off of the center platform, but that may not be the case.
Well, I think
Like
that
it
was just
points
the order
to
of the sentences, and it didn't actually mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's what
I
it
mean, last year they had a robot shooting it into the eyeball and that ended up being illegal. So.
is. It is a maximum of 2 extra though for hitting beacons, so hit all 4 doesn't count.
Yeah, I was just saying, it looks like the only way you can get it is by hitting the beacons, right?
Yeah, I think so. And it's only 2 points max per team, I believe.
Well, I think that you highly unlikely to get off more anyway. Just between the time constraint and the fact that there's 3 other robots in the field that you don't know what they're gonna do.
Right.
Unfortunately for our situation, you can't really program that much autonomous, so it's just kind of like,
Yeah.
kind of like an engine for it, just saying,
Yeah.
if you had a good program, you can hit the button.
The program itself doesn't exist.
Something, yeah, right, that might trip it.
Go forward, find line.
Well, actually, for us, we really could make an arm to when you drive up the ramp and just go on and grab onto the wall.
You can't really.
Yeah, there's like a bar there too.
You don't have to grab onto the wall.
Why not?
You can lean it, but you can't grab it.
Why not?
It's a rule, it's always a rule, you can't grab
Is
it.
it rule this year?
It's always a rule, but
It's
also.
not always a rule.
It's almost always a rule, you can't grab it.
Bar, there's a name for it.
Eric. On bowl, which year was it that you had to get off the tiles on the floor? Was that hold over or was that
It literally goes, yeah. Where you lift another robot, I remember.
so that
Bring it up.
Yeah. Was it ring up?
Bring it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because we ain't a ramp.
Yes, ring up. So the rule was you had to be off the tile. One of the teams, all that they did it was Einstein's daughters. They went, they grabbed onto the wall, they lifted their wheels off the tile where they counted.
That was back in Face Off.
Was that face off?
That was Face Off.
That
because-
was face off. Oh my
Because
God, that's a long time ago.
after that, you weren't allowed to grab the side of the fields.
So they
After that season, you weren't allowed to grab the side of the fields.
Nice. Well, point being, there's precedence that it is possible that it is not a rule.
Bring it up, though, it was.
Wait, you weren't supposed to grab the side of the fields until after face-off? Or people latching on to, like...
Or
shoot
during
first?
Face Off, people. No, in Face Off, people were latching onto the walls.
So they would save it for that long shot, right?
No, that was Hot Shot. Hot Shot, was that illegal?
No,
Hot
Hot Shot was the pucks, right?
No, hot shot was the one with the ball.
Oh, that's right. And
Yeah.
face-off with the pucks.
Yeah, and then Face Off, people would grab onto the walls and pull themselves up off the walls, and they would be
Oh.
considered off the floor and get the bonus points.
Got it.
And then after that, I'm pretty sure they made it illegal to grab onto the
Yeah,
walls.
probably.
At least
I mean, that was our
since
first
get
year,
since
so.
get over it, it's been illegal to grab onto the walls.
Okay.
But I do know that back in Block Party, there was one team out of like Boca Raton that took like their preloaded golf ball, and they had some system on the bottom of their robot that pushed down.
Oh, yeah,
So they had half their robot on the center structure, and then they pushed down on the golf ball, and
So they were on the field.
and the golf, and if the golf ball's the only thing touching the ground, you're considered off the floor, and they got full points.
I remember that.
Even though they were just half their robot was touching the center structure, and the other half was just touching the golf ball.
They did it to the States, huh?
Yeah, they did
I
that
mean-
and say,
If you're able to balance on top of a golf ball,
I mean,
it's pretty good. I think we could allow that.
well, like they had to it was like stuck there. But at the same time, that meant they could only hold on to 4 balls. Oh, that's it, right? Yeah, they could only hold on to 4 balls.
That's probably not legal.
You're just going through all of the.
I'm trying to read it, but it's hard to focus. I'm listening to your conversations, that's much more interesting.
It's about previous seasons.
I know, but it's still much more interesting.
Than just reading this.
Yeah.
I mean, you're reading all the game definitions.
No, I'm just scrolling through to make sure I'm not missing anything obvious.
Ow.
dumb question, but was anybody around for First Frenzy raising the bar?
Yeah. Of course. I started in 2000. Alright, but I started.
We're gonna have chat pulled up, right? For the next room at least?
Eventually, yeah. For sure.
Right now, people are still probably watching the videos and stuff, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay, I got it pulled up. I'll go through some of the rules.
So it seems like the only way you can get the points, the extra balls, is if you do the beacons. Is what I'm seeing.
What? Yeah, I'm at the same point. It says the beacons are randomly set up, which means they can be anywhere. But they were supposed to be the white tape, so I don't understand.
No, I think they're always in the same spot. I think it's just
the type of beacon?
It's just the colors are randomized, not the position.
Oh.
Like it was last year.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing as you see it says it here. Does the alliance beacon is triggered at the end, or the beacons are randomly set up at the start of the match, or robots must use onboard send device to identify the button trigger. And then it says here, just like last year, if you hit the wrong color, they don't care who touched it, it's what color it's lit at the end. So if you're a red alliance and you hit a blue button and current blue will get the points. And you can do a maximum of 2 claimed beacon sets. Yeah, so he says, the state of all the claims determines how many bonus particles are released. If no buttons are pressed in autonomous, then it's in a button color. So I think the beacons are the only way you can do it.
Yeah, because if you the next one is the cat ball on the floor, it doesn't say anything about another one. So you only get extra particles by hitting the beacons. And you can only get 2.
That's probably the most important autonomous FTC's ever had.
Get Over It was pretty big too.
Oh yeah, that's the other one. Yeah.
That was huge.
Because that's the only way you can.
But at the same time, Get Over It
that was the only way you
was a really big fan favorite. Surprisingly.
I hate that thing.
There was like a like first put out like a giant vote about what was your favorite game, and it was like Get Over It,
really?
Or it was like
I think Hot Shot was probably.
Well, it was like Face Off all the way up to like
right.
the end of Ring It Up, I think. Like Hot Shot was number 1, but Get Over It was like number 2, and Bowled Over was one of the lowest, which is like.
I would think Bowled Over would be.
I'm like Bowled Over was my favorite. My shame is a little biased though.
I thought that was a good game.
Yeah.
I didn't really like Get Over because the game pieces were so bad. But whatever.
Let's
go back to this.
The autonomous was so difficult.
Yeah. Let's get back to this though. All right.
So.
Maybe we should just start writing out what all the points are.
Yeah.
Do you want to write? Yeah, I see already got broken down. So autonomous.
Okay,
so
we ready to start?
We're
starting to write
start
all
points.
the points down.
Right. So we should do that as a group with the film on. I'm just gonna start writing.
Yeah, we can.
Well,
everyone should be in here so we can talk about it.
Yep.
Everyone's doing it.
Okay, anyone that's helping build a robot, come here, please.
All right. Are you gonna film this, Barry?
Yeah, I'll film it. This memory card isn't huge.
Or you want to just wait till we're done?
I think that'd be good.
Okay.
So we're web streaming. Are we web streaming right now though?
Yeah. This camera's on back here, so. Alright. Each beacon triggered is 30 points per beacon. You're allowed to do 2. So unless you want to put maximum 2 with that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Wait, a maximum of 2 beacons or 2 balls?
2 beacons you can claim, which gives you 2 balls. See, it says
Is that per alliance or per robot?
So you can't monopolize the beacons. So you get 30 points immediately at the end of Telia. Per beacon, yeah.
Per beacon.
No, there's 2 different ones. Okay, yeah, so that's my question. How much do you get, how much is the beacon worth at the end of Teleop and how much is the beacon worth at the end of Autonomous?
We're only worried
We're
about.
not there yet, but I think it's 10 and 30.
Okay.
What happens if we do all beacons?
No, just two. For autonomous right now, two.
It says, here, see, it says driver, the lines of corresponding color can also receive a bonus particle, blah, 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 up to a maximum of 2.
Two bonus particles?
Yeah.
Up to two, up to a maximum.
And that's claims, which the only way you can claim it is by touching it, and that's where you get points. I don't know, I mean, it could be that you can touch them all and get the points, but you're only gonna get
But
2.
I'm wondering, like, if I touch it, if I touch my 2, and then the opponent comes and touch one of mine.
To change color.
Yeah.
It might be that it gives you points, it doesn't give you the beacons. The particles is maybe what it is.
I mean, if I touch all 4,
when you read this,
I'll make
what would
sure,
you
like,
say?
I at least
Lines of the corresponding color were also, I think it's only referencing the particle.
Well, think about it this way, when the beacons are pressed the first time, it loses the other color. That's how
Yeah.
it works. So only one half is like,
Yeah.
so say I'm the red alliance, I go up, I press the red button, half of it's red, the other half is blank, there's no light turned on.
Not anymore, if you saw in the video, it just changed all of them. Oh, I don't know.
So I think
No.
you,
So it's red and blue, if you press the red, then the blue will turn off, if you press the red again, the whole thing will turn red.
I don't know if it's the same way.
I don't think
know if it's the
so.
same way.
It's different software now.
I think so. I think it's if you push the red, it'll light up red. If you push the blue, it'll light up blue.
Yeah, I think it's
So, and according to the way that that is worded, if you are a blue alliance and you go and push the blue button, and it lights up blue,
Right.
and within the autonomous mode, a red alliance comes and pushes the red button, they will get the 30 points. They will get the particle. You get nothing.
Because it has to make it to the end of the tunnel.
Has to make it to the end of autonomous.
Yeah.
Sorry, Willow Wonka. You get nothing.
Good day, sir. Good day, sir.
But, so I think where it says that up to a maximum of 2, I think it's just about particles. I think you can touch
Yeah.
more, but you'll only get 2 particles.
Yes.
Is that what everyone else
Yes,
is reading?
I agree.
Not that it matters
So
much
you
for this.
could potentially get
100.
120 plus 2
So
particles.
the state of all play determines how many votes.
I guess it doesn't really matter to us at this point. It's just
I mean, at the same time,
understanding it.
for this weekend, we really won't be able to do it.
No, that's what I'm saying. For us, it doesn't really matter. But
I'm gonna say the programmers just want to follow lines all.
there's only one line though.
Yeah, in front of the beacons. That's perfect.
Anyways, alright, so let's just move on from that. We know that. Alright, cat ball on the floor, so if you knock it off of the platform once before, you get 5 points. Each particle you score will give you 5 points. I'm sorry, 15 points into the center, 5 points into the corner. Okay, damn, all those colors.
I'm trying to separate according to.
Let's talk about, regardless of which team just launched it, so theoretically you could put the other teams back on, but that's
I
time.
didn't say that.
It's a little different.
Yeah, because it cares about what basket it goes into, sorry, vortex, what vortex it goes into, it doesn't care about what ball color it is.
I'm wondering if you go and hit yours, what the probability is of your ball hitting the other ball.
So I can throw the alliance particle into my loop.
The other alliances, no, I don't think you can, they're just saying if it goes through, the points go count for the basket, not the ball.
Particles scored. Regardless of particle color, nobody
Yeah.
cares about particle color.
Right,
So
so the
it's
particle
gonna be a
color is
stupid
just for
rule where I
possession.
have to avoid all the blue ball, all the.
Well, I think the particle colors just matter for possessing,
Yeah.
not for scoring. It's just because then the refs don't have to worry about that. Alright, you got it, Dan?
Yeah.
5 points and 15?
Yeah.
Okay, parking. So, partially is 5, completely is 10. It's the same for both the corner and the center. Is the audio not that good?
You guys were all talking a lot.
Oh, right.
There's different selection modes on that. I don't know if you look
Well,
at
it's the
that.
fact that once when you guys are talking this way, it sounds great. Like if Barry were to talk right now, it sounds like the voice of God. But
I'm gonna OG.
it's Barry.
I'm just backing
I
up.
don't.
That's gonna be only you.
Call my laptop going anywhere.
I'm just gonna back up.
I'd rather
Okay.
the sound be a little worse.
You got parking?
Opposing alliance
And it doesn't
robots are
matter.
not allowed to press the buttons on the beacon located on the opposite alliance's area during autonomous.
Okay, so that's all autonomous.
Okay.
And then we obviously know I mean, maybe you should, well, it doesn't matter. Well, I mean, I feel like we should put a note on the beacon part about bonus particles.
I did
Okay.
30 plus.
I don't know,
particles.
I can't see around, so it's fine.
Yeah. You don't make a good logo.
Alright, so, Talia.
Hell yeah.
5 points
For beacon?
in the vortex.
Oh.
Okay, beacons, let's go beacons, yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it in the same order.
Yeah. Robots may clean any of the 4 beacons on the playing field any number of times during the Beacons are scored based on their color at the end of the match.
And
So
If
10
you
points.
if you really want to get it written down fast, if you want to scroll down to 1.7 scoring summary, it has everything laid out by
nice.
But I like-
Well, I mean, we need to know.
I think this is good because I think we need to read it so we know the rules.
Yeah, I like nuance.
Yeah.
Alright, what's
Alright.
next, Dan?
And then that's
10
it.
points.
Yeah, so it's just 10 points at the end of the match.
Dan, what's next on your list?
Oh,
caps. Capping.
Alright. That's only an end game. So
Right, yeah, let's just do it. Yeah, do cap. So
Right,
it's,
game?
yeah. Is there anything, there are multiple ways to score the cap ball.
yeah, that's what we're looking at here. So
So low,
lowest
high.
point of the ball
cap.
is at 30 centimeters. It's 10 points. So 30. So below 30. Completely off the playing field floor. So basically not touching the tile, less than 30 inches gives you 10 points.
Possibly.
Above 30 inches is 20 points. And then capped is 40 points.
What was low?
Low was 10,
10, okay.
high was 20, capped is 40.
10, 20, 40.
Okay? And that's the only end game thing other than the beacons, obviously. Technically the beacons go to both, right? So that's easy. Okay, cool. Okay, and then the particle scoring for Talia.
5 and 1.
5 points for you, 5 and 1. And that's all of the scoring. During the match field personnel report the number of parts. So you have it's a volunteer there, you know, keeping track of the score. It's not automated.
Click, 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 click.
Yeah. After the finish line, the playing field road, that's all. Okay, penalties.
I don't think we care about penalties. Probably not.
The penalties are actually not.
That's
All
more
that.
for robot interaction.
See.
Unless there's something where
I mean,
it
it
just
doesn't say
general
anything.
robot design
It doesn't
rules.
say anything about how you can't hold too many things. So technically, you can't hold all 5.
Right.
Don't destroy the
No
field.
grasping.
Pin. You're allowed to grasp the balls and stuff, but not.
Yeah, see that. Robots cannot grasp, or grab any game element structure.
It also says that you cannot exceed the plane of
the bottom of the
like the bar, that vortex
That's
bar.
where that 29 inches, because that's why it's the 30-inch height.
Yeah, that's
That's
where
the
it
whole
comes
point.
in. That's the height of that.
Gotcha.
But then they give you like a 1-inch leeway to make sure you get the ball above it.
Right.
And then my question is, does the entire ball have to be above that plane or just a portion?
It says the lowest part of the ball. To go back
Okay,
up.
so yeah, so you have to be slightly above it.
Well, and after endgame you can't. It's during teleop that you can't.
Yeah, that would be the vertical portion of.
So let's look at it.
So basically, you could
See, it says
prime.
the lowest point of the ball cap.
Okay.
The cap ball is lower than.
So basically, you could prime it to make it high before the end game, and then at the very last second go whoop.
Well, you have 30 seconds.
Well, yeah.
And then it also said for autonomous that you cannot go and press the other alliances to beacons.
So you can't cross the line.
You can cross the line after 10 seconds, so just like it was last year, but you cannot press their beacons.
Okay.
Okay, so that's why you can get a maximum of 2.
Yeah, that's why it's a maximum of 2. You can only do.
But I guess they can give you points if they get the wrong one.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's definitely in there.
Yeah.
Okay, don't touch
And then a lot of it's like you start autonomous early, start autonomous late.
Yeah, don't touch the robots. Don't make other room for that.
Start telly up early, stop
robots
telly
are
up
not
late.
deliberately remove gaming elements from the playing field during the match. That's important.
Yeah.
Can you touch the opposing alliance's particles and game pieces?
You may not possess them.
Here we go, once a master of their alliances. Particles. After scoring, particles must make contact with the playing field floor before they are eligible to be scored. So no recycling.
I was gonna say you could probably set up in the corner and just have this thing where it just the ball just goes like that.
Throwing in contact with the particle return.
You just have to make sure it goes down the one way instead of the other.
You produce just such a spin where
Yeah,
it just
just
keeps going like that, just in a giant circle.
So look, this is talking about that part. Robots may not make contact with the particle return during the vertical plane of the outside facing ball, vertical facing the board.
Which is why you set up just off of it, and then you just go like that for 2 minutes. Just go like that.
Okay, gorillas.
This team will be assessed. Interact with the particle once it's been released in the particle. Oh, so once it's in there, you can't touch it when it's in the trough, basically.
Yeah.
So does it have to hit the tile? Is that the rule?
Yeah, that's
so
in
it
the
has to
tile
hit the
first.
tile before you can score it again.
Meaning,
Still
say even if you wait, would that apply to the center ones too? So if you shoot it up, it has to hit the floor before you can. So you can't just shoot it up and try and catch it and shoot it. You can't do that.
I think it's also made so you can't shoot up through the underside of it.
No, because there's a little cup thing like that.
Oh,
So when you shoot it,
oh,
it comes
it
down.
actually cuts
It
out.
actually
Okay, that's what that
displaces it.
Yeah.
So it's like I was looking at that. I'm like that just looks really weird.
I presume that it's not going to count until it goes through the bottom, so you can't like
Yeah.
shoot it through. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, if you shoot it through it up, it's going to come back down through it as well.
Yeah, it's like in
That is
basketball.
silly.
No, it's like basketball. If you take the ball, you shoot it up through the hoop, and it comes back through the hoop. I mean,
I
that
don't-
count as a pointer.
I think if you try to do that, your geometry is
Well,
going to be.
because of the cup under like dispersing, you can't go straight up. So you
Well, I was
definitely
just referring to like a basketball, like a
Okay,
basketball.
they have a rule here that basically you can't block shots. So it says, a
Okay.
particle that has been fully released from a robot and is above 18 inches from the playing field with a realistic intention of scoring into any vortexes may not be intentionally interfered with by an opposing.
As long as it's above 18 inches,
Correct.
which means if you go with a shooter,
That's
your
low.
shooter has to be at the top.
Well, maybe.
If it's low, someone can block it.
Yeah.
A particle with confident motive after missing a scoring attempt is not negligence designed for the sole purpose of interfering with line particles loose particles. Okay, particles hit each other in the air. Okay, robots do not control or block access to the opposing line's cat ball particles. Okay, you can't stop. Basically, they don't want you stopping them from getting at the ball.
Yeah,
It's kind of
but I mean it's like that pretty much every year.
I mean, it's such a limited amount of balls.
Not gonna lie though, those are gonna be kind of annoying because they'll just be in the way for over half the match because they're so big.
Yeah. It'd almost be easier to pick them up and just like
Take the
roll
5-point
around.
penalty and move it.
You can take the 5 point.
Take the 5-point penalty and move it.
Wait, you cannot move it during tie up.
No, not the opponents.
Oh,
Because you can't control it. It's a 5-point penalty.
So
Well, that's a 5
wait,
point
can you
penalty.
just
Seriously, a
leave
5-point
it
penalty.
though?
I would take a 5-point penalty if it stops me from scoring 40 points.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
Let's do that just so they have to change that rule.
I would take that big ball. If there's a robot like you were saying that does that circle scoring thing, and you figure out ways, you can just like shove it in the corner and block their access to it, and the balls can't come back out or something.
I mean, I'm fairly confident that it's possible to design just a system that sits over in the corner and is able to get enough spin on the ball to where it just continually goes
Well,
down
if
the
you got
same
the spin
front.
right.
Forget the spinner, just make your shooter lead all the way back up.
Blocking is important.
Wait, what?
Have the robot sit here, so it spits out here, and just have a shooter that comes down and just goes back up the ramp.
Well, you gotta
Yeah.
make sure it comes back.
Well, you
because
have to
it
make
doesn't
sure
come out two ways.
there's two ways it can go. I'm saying it has to have the spin to make sure it goes down and is sitting the right
to go
one.
down.
Yeah.
So you can stay stationary and then just continuously do that for 2 minutes. It may
Basically,
not.
You spit it out with one wheel.
Yeah.
That wheel will put the spin on it.
Right.
Okay, we're designing things now.
I'm just
Any other way
saying
to
that
score?
that would I
So,
feel.
did you guys see anywhere about, in pertaining to that, does the ball have to go under the vortex bar to be counted as scored?
I know.
Because we were talking about.
That would be
shooting.
under game elements, I think.
Yeah.
That'd be considered scoring. Or like the game definitions.
Yeah.
This one can be closed.
Roll under the vortex bar.
So it has to, so Jason,
What?
if you want to close that, I don't know if it'll swing past the doors. Oh, we got lucky game. No, you checked it.
No, we didn't get lucky. I'm just that good.
I remember you checked the game.
I did not account for the light.
Yeah, I'll look at it.
Just permanently keep that door closed until you get it.
Okay, well, I'm grabbing your laptop.
Someone starts seeing my camera.
I was actually surprised at that with 15 people here. About half of us actually do.
Nick, I have a bunch of parts to bring to you, including a tower.
We'll talk about that in just a bit.
I'm excited for that. Oh, it's the new Eddie Mark FTC drivetrain. It's like a set drivetrain for FTC.
That's not bad.
It looks pretty nice. I mean, it looks fairly similar to that FRC one.
Hey, can we talk about penalties? Standards.
That's what we were just looking at, yeah.
Yeah.
So, there's there a penalty for picking up if I'm in Blue Alliance, picking up a red wiffle ball?
You
There
cannot
is,
possess
yeah.
it.
You
Yeah.
cannot possess it. What is the penalty?
Probably 5 or 10.
Probably 5.
I'm trying to scroll down to the,
5 every 5 seconds.
Okay, and then what is the penalty for picking up their, what did they call it? Are they calling it a track ball?
cat ball.
Cat ball.
Cat
What
ball.
is the penalty for picking up this cat ball?
Probably the worst list.
I think it's also 5 points, it's considered the same thing as the game.
No, don't let this be a track hazard. Also, it says you can't start end game early, so you can't pick up
Right.
the end to.
Well, you can pick it up, you just can't.
Lock this
Can't
in
lift it
here.
up.
I don't know, it depends on what your definition of the What is the
Built
penalty
to
for going
robot.
above 29 inches?
I don't know.
If I was to guess,
Here it is, minor penalty, so it's gonna be 5 points, I think it's a minor penalty.
Okay, so in autonomous mode, I wanted to pick up the opposing alliance's cat ball and cap their goal in autonomous mode. I'm going to be accruing 10 points of penalty.
Yep.
Okay, hot.
I was trying to figure out why you'd want to do that, but okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
You just make them push it up the ramp the entire game.
Because now they have to get 5 points of penalty to get it off of there.
Well, I don't think you can't force them to get a penalty.
I'm not forcing them to get a penalty.
Technically, oh yeah, I mean, I don't know, yeah, you're right. Maybe.
I think that could be up to interpretation, that you are
Yeah.
forcing them to decap their. No, forcing them would be,
Well,
I can't push them into something else to then make them incur a penalty.
At the same time, how many robots would be able to actually de-score it?
Right, none, because.
Like, that would be.
Because you're not supposed to anyways.
You're not supposed
Well,
to.
you know, you can make a mechanism that.
Do you think it would go under this penalty of cat ball interference, that you cannot interfere opposing alliance that's trying to cap their own goal, you get a major penalty?
No, we're helping them.
No,
I'm saying if your ball is in there.
No, if you're using their ball.
You're using their ball to
Oh,
have
okay.
their own vortex. Technically, you are giving them 40 points.
Yeah.
Blocking and opposing alliance center vortex. That's a hot roll. Robot may not de-score. Wait. Yeah.
I hate it, like if you
I
hit
know.
down. It,
But no, that's the barrier.
Okay, yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Nice try.
They
They
thought about this, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, because first learned their lesson after a hot hit in raising the bar.
First principle.
First principle.
place any cat ball in an opposing alliance center vortex. Major and a yellow card. Ah.
So no doing other autonomous mode. Yellow card.
So how many yellow, let's see, major penalty is how many points?
Major 50.
50, so basically you are giving them 90 points, and you're referring probably 10 points for lifting off, and you're possessing their ball. So that's 100.
I don't know if that will be worth it.
Alright, so maybe what do we do next?
What's
Maybe
the
we should-
and part? What's the other next
Start
part?
working on what
And
This is and.
well, now that
Should
we
be able
have
to remove the playfield without damage.
that's no, you went up.
Yeah, so now that we have an idea, shouldn't we probably consider
Yeah,
what
this is-
it would
I
be
did
the
the
best
down
strategy,
here,
and
sorry.
from there maybe about what we could do in a weekend?
Yeah, let's also realistic intention may not be interfered with. Okay, so next
That's
is
the part.
let's do that next.
So we got two
and
things-
additional minor powers. We got two things we need to do now. One, we need
Every
to come up
class
with
is
what would be the
total
optimal
block
strategy if we
for
do
food.
anything we wanted. But then let's talk about what can we accomplish this week.
Yeah, right.
So the
That
optimal
would be
strategy, we need to figure out how many balls we think we could realistically score with the balls, could we realistically score in the vortex? How many balls do we think we could realistically could score in the corner? And
Well, I think we first just
How
come up
many
with
beacons?
what the strategies are.
well, right, because so if you figure out how many particles equal doing anything else,
Right.
that tells you how many you need to score,
Right.
and then what percentage of that can you realistically score.
Right.
Right. So it looks like for the beacon seems to be the high point getter no matter what, but then there's a finite limit. Right. Actually, I'm going to disagree on this. I think it is really high in autonomous mode, but then after that, it's
not
only
worth
10
it.
points.
Yeah, it's not really worth
And
it.
it's only
yeah,
worth points at the end.
Well, I think if you hit it, you might hit it if you have the opportunity, but I don't think you make an effort in your whole match to just get 20
Right.
points.
And so the only really good
Unless that's
thing
all
the
you
beacon does for you in autonomous mode is if you would decide you want to be a really good particle scorer, you get additional particles.
Well, and the 30 points are pretty good.
30 points is pretty good
That's
too,
pretty
in autonomous mode. But if you're a really good particle scorer, that extra ball can really
Well, I mean, you figure that beacon touch is almost the same as capping that big ball.
That's a good point. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's 30 points per beacon, right?
Yeah.
So you'll get 60.
Yeah.
Do 2 if you were good.
Yeah. Okay, and so that is
Which
2
is
particle
kind of-
scores. 1 beacon equals 2, scoring 2 particles on the top and 6 in the.
Right.
And I think pressing a beacon's a whole lot easier than putting a ball on top of the.
Yeah, mechanically pressing a beacon and programming than picking up a big ball. But
Especially since you can line up anywhere on the wall, so you can pretty much line up already
Pretty close,
perpendicular
yeah.
to it. So you just drive in a straight line
Well, it's
until,
pretty
until you
close,
create
yeah.
a white line, and then
Yeah.
all it's about.
You can get yourself pretty close,
Detecting
yeah.
color.
Based off last year, I think capping is easier than scoring one of those beacons.
Really?
The button's really hard to press.
That button is hard. There are not that many teams that can do it.
It's the cheapest little plastic button.
At the same time,
And
I
it takes
think
so long.
not
I mean,
enough teams
I
to
wasn't
do it.
playing
It's
last
this
year,
big.
but
It's
I feel like I could.
It's like
I
3/8
feel
of an
like-
inch in diameter, and you have to push it in like 3/4 of an inch.
At the state
Oh, does it
championship-
have a collet on it so you?
Wait, it does?
Yeah, they didn't use like an arcade button. It's like a
Yeah, it's a button inside of a like collar.
Man.
yeah.
Okay, well,
So you can't-
it's
you
like a
can't
little
like clap,
sheet
push
with
it
all
right
a bunch of rubber
Yeah, that's
fingers.
That's what the
exactly.
team
Just
ordered.
bam.
Memory foam was some kind of. But
Oh,
Every
foam
phone
is
was
like-
really well too.
No, like, yeah,
Tapping
so-
is easier than pushing.
Yeah,
it.
if first would give
Wow.
us mushroom buttons, it would make that.
Yeah, that's what I was so surprised they didn't just use like an arcade button or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Decent.
Especially after last year, the fact that they haven't changed it for this year.
It was bad last year. Now I can have it bad again. And they made it such a
Well,
big
it's even
button.
worse because technically I
That
had to
being
do it
difficult
twice.
was difficult.
That was bad. That was bad. I mean, they designed it the way they did. Whatever. Okay, so
Okay, parking. We can park in the middle. Oh, that's autonomous.
I think parking is kind of incidental because if
it's
you
just a drivetrain. It's
Yeah.
not like it's that.
Done.
So-
Program it to
It's-
be.
The only thing that would matter on is if you had to climb up the sidelines if you could get up the angle.
So look, if you get
Which
this,
actually, we can't really tell what the angle is.
We'll have to look at the drawing.
Well,
I'm
you
sure it's
get,
not as
you get the
extreme
same
as
amount of
last
points
year.
if
Yeah,
you're on
it
the
wasn't
middle
that
or
hard.
you're on the angle. So it's only like if you have have 2 robots on your team where you can really.
It's probably gonna be similar to every other game besides last year.
Yeah, it'll probably be like the bolt over round.
If you go after the cap in autonomous, you're most likely going to get a parking. If you go after particles, you're most likely going to get parking. So it's an incidental thing.
So my next question is with the particles, could you score 3 inside equally as fast as you can score 1 up top? And can you score
You're only allowed to possess 2.
That's, I think it's, you have to.
No, you're allowed to possess as many as you want in autonomous. You can only preload 2.
Preload 2.
Yes,
So,
yes.
but where's the third one?
So it said in autonomous you can preload 1 or 2 with a total of 3 per alliance. But then it says in the game manual that you can hold as many as you want.
Right, but
So
where are
you
you going to get that third?
You can pick it up off the floor.
Yeah.
It has to be touching their robot as you're
Yeah.
catching, so you can just like lean on the side.
Tons of this is something
Just
that
like think
we've
about
done
what Blue
before.
State yeah, so same thing.
So then the question becomes, let's say we want to score 30 points. Is it easier to score the vortex twice or score the side 6 times?
Vortex twice.
I think
mean, you
vortex
can't
twice.
get 6
Yeah.
balls like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're able to get 6 balls to do it. So I mean,
It-
and then in Taliop, really the only scoring there is scoring those particles. But I mean, it's one of those things. If you can get a design like Jason was saying that it can recycle itself. Real fast, it might be okay to do 6 in 30 seconds.
And the other thing
And
is,
autonomous though, you're talking
Yeah,
about
I mean, if
grab
your
it.
robot can drive itself into that spot and just start scoring.
I mean, let's assume we're not doing something crazy. We just build a drivetrain that sucks the ball in, spits it out. If you do that, you know you can drive right up to it and you will get it every single time.
Right.
If you build a shooter, there is a high probability you are going to miss.
Right.
And you have to go and try to get the ball again and then shoot again. So don't
And
assume
the whole time that thing's
the
rotating.
whole time so let's assume
Well, I don't know how much it's gonna spin.
I don't
Because you
think it's
can't
gonna spin
really
a lot.
interact with it. I think it's just so happens that it might spin when you put it on.
Yeah.
That may be true. Because I remember Hot Shot.
For Hot Shot, it was designed that you could.
Yeah.
Well, it's like even if you get
Well,
one in there.
even if you
go
shot it,
three
it would
going
spin
in
when you
the
shoot
side.
a
That
shot.
was also horizontal.
So what do you think a realistic
Yeah.
accuracy is? How many you'll get 2 for every 3 shots?
What?
I think it'll be
For
more 3 or
autonomous?
4.
You think you get 3 out of every
I would
3
say I
shots?
think you'd be in the 3/4 range. Most
I mean,
of
it doesn't even have a
the balls are
beacon on
pretty
it, so you
consistent.
Okay.
can like
Think about Hot Shot.
sensorily.
People
Well, you
shoot
also
that
have people
basket off
running in.
field.
I assume you're also gonna have people running into you. And can your opponents drive up the ramp to try to block you? No.
No.
Not.
Wait, so are we talking about autonomous or Telia?
Tell you, you're talking only
Okay.
Telia.
Telia, I would probably say 80%.
Oh my goodness, I'm thinking like 50%.
In the vortex?
Yeah.
In the center
Yeah.
vortex.
It depends on the team.
I mean, it depends on the team driving
There's
the
those
bus,
bars-
but
There's those bars blocking
And the good thing about the
too.
wiffle
There's no
balls is they're
guarantees
pretty
you're gonna get in there.
Even with
Even if
defense
you
on
aim it
you get
perfectly.
hit.
Back up against the wall, shoot from the wall.
Yeah, grab onto the wall.
Can
I would-
the wall is
Then
that
you would
go.
be
No.
You can't grab onto
you'd
the
grab
wall.
onto the wall. You'd be a
It's in
set
there.
position every time.
You
grab
just-
onto it.
But
Grab
you
onto
can
the
back
ramp.
up
You
to
can't
it.
grab onto anything.
What?
Could you back up to it?
Don't
Or just
grab.
have something to
It
Yeah,
says
I mean, you
specifically,
could just
you
back
can't
up,
grab
slam
onto
against
the
this
field.
wall, and then you're in the same spot every time.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like your starting position
At
is
least
where
your
you
height
score
would be
from.
right.
You can have that you preload 2 and it shoots the 2 before you even drive anywhere.
yeah.
That's what I would think would be my autonomous. And then you start driving and try to hit a button or something.
Does that
Yeah.
reward a particle for doing that?
No,
No.
The particle is only.
but it's 30 points, which is the same as a single beacon,
Yeah.
and it would probably be easier
So I feel like
autonomous wise.
yeah. Okay, so I think we're all in agreement that probably shooting up high is probably realistic, an idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that would be the ideal choice. Well, the question is whether we'll be able to do that.
I think we could.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the
Well,
question.
the consistency.
We're gonna
So-
have
so the
we're gonna have
question-
the 4-to-1 gearbox Andy Mark thing. We'll
So
have-
I think the question is being 50% accurate on the vortex worth the same as being 100% accurate on the sides?
Depends on how fast you are in getting the sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how well you
How-
can pretty much make it to where it goes to one particular trough every time. To make sure all the balls go down the same trough as opposed to
Yeah, and that's something that we have to experiment with the actual field. Go ahead, Barry.
No, I'm just saying that is a really
Oh,
cool
yeah,
idea.
yeah.
It's one of those like
To be honest,
If you can hear us, we'll be right back.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think?
Yeah, it sounds good. Let's go ahead and go through that. Beacons. Yeah, just the ways to score, and
Okay,
then we
well,
kind of
just-
decided that we believe that we can score more points going into the vortex.
Well, we haven't decided that yet.
Okay, so what does he want to talk about? Just
But
the
we need to,
different ways
we need to just have a reason why we picked the way we did.
We don't haven't picked anything.
That's what I'm saying, we need to pick it, we have to have a reason why we can explain all that. So maybe first, let's get some like ranks. Oh,
Yeah, let's do that. Go ahead and list out the different ways to score, and let's decide what it is that we want our top priority to be.
So are we shooting?
we will be shooting.
Yeah.
I think what we're gonna do is just to save, cause people don't care about watching that too much, but they wanna know it, is we'll get it all done and then we'll just do a summary video of what we
I
decided.
think that's the best.
Cause I'd rather record the whole thing and it just ends up being a time.
We have like 10 people that are in and out, it's probably half us. So.
Yeah.
So, if we are going, so we're assuming that we are going to go with Brainstorming because.
Well,
fire
that's what we're
rate-
saying is right now, I think we should list out all of the different ways, what the different ways the robot, the different things the robot can do, and then we'll rank them.
Yep.
And then we'll make a video talking about whatever.
So on the far right side, after your end part.
Yeah,
you
just start listing.
Use a color that's easily readable. Would
See-
it be easiest, or do you want a black marker? I can get you a black
So
marker.
it's
I'm missing
like
black.
right down the middle.
And you see this is like a V. That's
Yeah.
not like hitting the bar or anything.
So so say you set up on the right side, you get a right spin to it, it'll go to the back and it should just go right down the right side. As long as you get a
I mean, do you want to spin or do you want to
spin.
expand out there and hit something
Flat on the
towards?
back?
No.
No, it's all angled.
It's in the
back
corner of
is
the field
angled
here.
too.
I mean, like,
It's gonna hit the field barrier, so it's a
from
corner.
like the
Ah,
top
that's
side, if
perfect.
it falls straight in the middle, it's like flat there.
permanent.
Yeah. Yeah,
If
you're
you
right.
get stuck, actually, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm like, these are never.
Yeah. That's what you're saying.
Okay,
What?
we'll see what happens.
She's saying since this is a flat bar back here, like the ball could get stuck right here.
Yeah, straight in the
I
middle.
don't think it would actually get stuck right there. 'Cause
I think
that
it's
back
tilted
part's
like
all
that.
angled.
It'll be tilted like
Well,
that.
yeah, it's a little hard to tell, it's possible, it's tilted, it's not, it doesn't look like it in this picture.
The
I
back
think
of
it's, I think it's a V on the back side.
Yeah.
It's black.
If it's like that, it'll
right
work.
next to that.
I'm curious what that's gonna look like.
Thank you for catching just like immediately.
Ooh, this the chocolate mint.
Oh, good.
Are they really scented
Yeah.
Excel markers?
Here, excellent.
Oh, give me that good stuff.
Cherry. It smells like red.
Let's see, blueberry. I'm hungry, so.
This is such a bad example for kids, like.
Don't do this at home, kids.
They're scented for a reason, okay?
Yeah, I'm
Normal
sure it says
markers
not
are
It would
toxic.
say, it would say please don't inhale.
It says certified AP non-toxic.
Yeah, we're good.
Alright, at the very top, yeah, things robot can do. Right underneath pick 2. Things robot can do.
Well, no, yeah. I thought you said that we're gonna have to pick 2 right now. I'm like, we're gonna have to pick 3. I'm ready for lunch.
Wow, what to do or can do?
Can do, not to do.
Can do. I like your can do edge. Can do. Alright, if you guys want to talk about what we're going to be designing, get in. If not, get out. Which way do you guys want to be? Out? Alright. No, not yet.
That's it.
So we're putting things on the whiteboard and we're going to do, say why we came to the conclusions we came to. Okay, can do.
Beacon?
Beacon is a can do.
Is this referring to what we can do
This
this
is,
weekend?
yeah, no, this is
No.
what mechanisms we would need.
Any,
We
no,
wanna do anything.
what are the different things the robot can do in this game?
Oh, okay.
We
So
can
a robot can trigger a beacon. They can
cap.
cap, yeah. And then I would put sub under that would be lift,
Yeah.
lift high, lift low.
Oh man, can you make this all black?
Yeah, do it all
All
color.
black because this is not going to show up on the camera.
Yeah, I agree. There's a, we want a paper towel?
We'll do a close-up shot of it.
There was a bag from last year.
I mean, they're not gonna be able to see it from
Or a
the
box.
back
I didn't see the
webcam.
eraser, but
I remember it was in something when we were unpacking.
That's
It was,
the back.
it was an eraser and there's a few markers in it.
Yeah, it's that white bag right there. You should bring the bag in if you want.
Mike got some white out. Thank you, Mike. say lift and you put low and high because those are two different mechanisms. Yes.
Are they?
Yes.
Lift is just off the ground.
Lift is
High
just off the
above
ground,
wall.
high is
Oh,
up
okay.
30 inches. So you could have like a roller that just brings it up and it's off the ground only that far and you get
Okay.
10 points.
Wow, I'm really gonna get high on this.
Okay.
Okay, pick up or corral ball, or how do we wanna say?
Like pushing just
Yeah,
the balls
just
around.
an intake, intake,
Oh,
outtake.
oh yeah, well, lift particles off the ground or pick up particles.
Yeah,
off the
particle
ground.
intake, outtake.
Is so the cat ball, if you put that like on the corner ramp, is that considered off the ground?
It's a good question. It's a really good question, because you could maybe just push it and park the robot there and it'll
Yeah.
be off the.
That's a good question.
It'll be 10 points, you don't even
Let me
have
look
to
and
put
see if I
anything
can
on the
find
robot.
it in here, in the definitions.
Yeah, definition of off the ground.
It just says above the playing field floor.
That would be considered.
What's the
what?
playing field floor?
For the
Playing field floor tiles. That's how it always is.
It's usually just the tiles. Let me look.
That would be interesting, yeah.
Yeah, because that means all you would have to do is just push it up the ramp and get 10
Yeah, let me
points.
look at the definitions and see if I can find it.
Push it up the ramp and not somehow shoot it off the field, because it's probably an exercise ball.
The cat ball?
An object surface, completely off. An object surface. So we need to read what the rule is, and then read if it says on, off, completely on, completely off.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what's completely on?
Completely on means 100% touching, not touching any other surface.
At least partially supported by an object. Oh, is on. An object entirely supported by the object surface is completely off. Why would they push that in one definition?
Let's.
Okay, so example, say you have.
But I understand it. It's
Yeah,
just
playing field floor is
why
just
wouldn't they just do
tiles.
on this definition, completely on this
Oh.
definition? Because they're building off the same thing.
Yeah, I agree. Do you,
Cat ball,
hey,
actually.
Dan, do you want to say
Is it
curve
off the
and
playing
hold,
field?
or do you just want to say corner goal
It just says
vortex?
playing field floor.
Well, that's another.
Because you don't get points for holding, or you don't get points for hurting.
Well, are we can do or can't?
What you're listing there are ways you get points,
Okay.
and we'll have to decide what mechanisms we need from the ways you get points. So it's corner goal and vortex.
The end game of this is gonna look like 1999.
Yeah.
It even says here,
Or 2004. or-
robots may cause cat balls to make inadvertent contact with a corner vortex or to raise slightly above the playing field tiles during normal game. These are similar inadvertent will not be penalized. So they're even saying in here.
Because that'd be considered starting it in game early.
Right.
So that sounds like it would count if it's on the ramp.
If it's part of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's all you have to do is just
drive on the road.
push it onto the ramp and then you get 10 points. So that's like not even.
So you get 10 points.
Yeah,
but-
see, look, the surface of tiles that make up the base of the playing field. So yeah, technically you can push it up the ramp.
And
You get 10 points.
Now-
it just has to be off the tiles. You don't even have to push it up the ramp. It just has to be fully supported by the ramp.
Yeah, but it's gonna roll itself back down, you know.
So you have to be sitting there with it, but yeah.
But still.
So I mean, you don't even have to be on the ramp. You can be sitting at.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's yeah.
Just
even-
forward enough.
Alright, so basically if you want
Good
to,
idea. So-
Box on wheels can do it.
the only thing you need, you get 10 points for doing that, so it's only 30 points additional for doing the entire lifting and capping mechanism.
Right, exactly. So that's what I'm saying, they're different mechanisms.
Interesting.
Because yeah, if you have a
Yeah, it's still not
mechanism
but
that
it's-
only shoots
it's
once
hard to
for
do.
putting it up there or capping.
You can still do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think by worlds, everyone's gonna be able to shoot high, so you're gonna have to lift. And there's only 4 game pieces and 2 robots,
I find it's gonna be very difficult to do it.
maybe 3. guaranteed 3 plus a ball, so 4 game pieces to play with.
Okay, guaranteed 4, 6 months.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like you're gonna have to eventually put a team card. All right. So that's really all the roulette can do in this game. Well,
Yeah,
I mean, you have parking.
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 Yeah,
I mean, I think the complete parking on the goal is actually kind of hard in the cemetery.
I wouldn't even include that because that's drive. Unless you want needed to
Yeah.
build a suction cup to hold yourself down.
Or just make your drivetrain the right sizes that it can fit on these things, because I don't know what the dimensions of that is.
But
That's gonna be really difficult. That's small.
That's only 5 points. What is it for gain on the ramp?
It's still
Partially
it's the
supported.
same.
Well, it lays the same.
Partial,
Partially
technically.
supported is 5, fully supported is
It's the same for both surfaces.
Oh.
10.
Yeah, it's 10.
So
10.
So you're not allowed to grab onto the wall. Could you suction yourself to the floor?
I think you could, yes.
So going through all that effort only nets you an additional 5 points.
Yeah.
I mean, in reality, it's not that.
All right.
Or is it?
But you could, if it's a little bit of a height, it could help your arm mechanism to be a little shorter for your
Yeah,
cap ball.
that's true.
Because the cap ball is facing the floor. I think.
Well, it's floor. Yeah, it's from the floor.
It's from the floor, so if you want to make your,
It's an inch.
You know what I think teams will do?
3/4
I'm
of
just,
the top.
I'm just saying.
You could just make your robot U-shaped and it can wrap around.
Yeah,
I
that's
bet what would happen is most teams will actually start right here, come down, and they'll have
Continue
something
on.
to push this way,
Right.
and they'll go straight here, turn, go there, and then just hit the ramp at the
Yeah.
end.
So hit 2 beacons and then hit the ramp.
Mhm.
And shoot before you start.
And that will also push your own ball to the opposite side, and you don't have to deal with it for
Yeah.
half the game.
Okay, so let's prioritize of these
All right.
things.
So yeah.
What is the most important we want to get done this weekend?
Well, I think we should prototype a high shooter,
Yeah.
and I think we should. I mean, we could try doing that recycling bot if we want to. I guess it's a matter of.
What do
I
you think?
kinda do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think just using
we-
the Andy Mark drivetrain is going to be easy. Just use that to be
Yeah.
done because it's a flat field.
I very much would like to use the mechanical wheels that we have. We have the program already done for it.
I don't see the need for it. But
I don't.
We have
Okay.
it. It's a flat field.
But what does it give us?
It gives you the ability to go get the balls quicker, and if you wanted to do the beacons, you
Easier.
get beacon, go beacon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
beacon would be nice, but
I mean, I would also just
We'll give the
be
power.
inclined to say
Never
near
mind,
line to
never
the
got
beacon
that done.
horizontally, and then you just have something else that comes out of the robot. There's
I would consider beacon to be an after thing, like an afterthought based on what our robot looks like, and it's like, hey, we can add this onto something.
I see what you're
Things
saying.
that stick
though.
out.
I'm 50-50.
I know. So what kind of drivetrain do you prefer for this game?
I would just use the 6-wheel drive just to be able to power through everything.
Yeah, okay.
power
Something-
through,
something
and it's
simple.
gonna have more control than Mechana.
Especially with the shooter, yeah.
Mechana will also slide on the ramp.
Yeah, but you don't really have to go up the ramp ever.
You don't know.
No.
I
This
think
is a
if we
wide
had more-
open field, power train is
It's-
the way to go.
I mean, I see both sides of the coin, Barry. I do.
If you had more than a weekend to program autonomous for the beacon and stuff like that, I'd say.
Yeah,
go for
We're
it.
not worried about autonomous.
Yeah, we're not doing autonomous.
We just wanted to build the mechanisms to make it work, and then we can say, if we had another week to do autonomous,
The thing is-
now we have 3 months to do autonomous.
Honestly, what I'm thinking about is, I guess we can look at our motor count and see if maybe we only do a 2-motor drive,
Okay.
not do a 4-motor drive. Because if we do talk about doing a lifter, that's going to take a couple. That ball's heavy.
yeah.
It's going to be a 2-motor lift. A motor for a
Would we
shooter,
be
and
able to
motor
do a
for
lifter
repair.
weekend?
Maybe. I mean, the red rail stuff like we did last year was pretty strong.
I think you could make your shooter and your,
Just gotta
if
get
you
them
wanna
all
do a
into it.
capper. Hey, what do you think is more important, capping or beaconing? Capping. For our video purposes.
I would say that the beacon's not really going to happen for us.
Yeah.
I think
would-
this, like,
I
if you're
will
talking-
agree with you. I think the beacon's more of an afterthought.
I think every
Once
team can
everything's
figure out how to
done,
push the button.
you design the beacon system around what you have.
if half of us were
A servo.
if we ran into the beacon with memory foam, would it be enough to,
You know, memory foam would be too squiffy.
I don't think it would because those buttons have to go in pretty far.
what is something that we could push into the collar?
A bunch of spikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like imagine a disc with lots of little
spikes on it,
Yeah.
and you put it back in and try to get it, I think that is something, well, I don't wanna spend too much time on a mechanism, but if
And
we
that's
just,
what I'm saying, I don't think we need to spend time on that.
if we could just have our back plate have a bunch of spikes on it, that'd be
Yeah.
good. And
Passive, some kind of passive.
I mean,
Something
realistically,
very
there's
passive
a line
run into
there,
it.
and as long as you have two things in the right spot, you just make sure you're following the line, and you got it every time.
The other problem is you don't know which button you have to hit.
Yeah, so you have to have sensors to do it.
Yeah.
Well,
Do we have any sensors?
For autonomous, you have to have
Yeah.
sensors.
Right, yeah. Well, anyways, I think for the sake of what we're doing, I don't think putting a lot of effort into a beacon mechanism is worth it.
Alright,
Because I don't think it takes a lot of effort.
if we are not doing beacons, I think we need to cap. Yes.
Yeah.
I think we absolutely have to be able to pick up particles off the ground. So that's the way you're gonna get them. They're always gonna be on the ground.
Yes.
So we need to pick up. So can you put that as a can do? Just pick up off the floor.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Because we absolutely have to do that no matter what we're talking about.
So we need a zip tie or circuit
Whatever it
tubing,
is, yeah.
one of the two.
It's just, and then we need to, I guess, basically prototype, see what kind of space it takes to do a shooter. You don't have to store a bunch of balls in it.
Yeah.
And then,
Need
and then you have
five
basically,
mags.
and then basically, I think we have two solid ideas. I think a shooter is easy in a point. We have to just package it, prototype it, and see if we can make something.
I mean, if we're doing vortex, we might as well just grab our ball shoot, grab our ball shoot.
Yeah. But then I think Jason's idea of like that little recycling. thing.
Recycler thing, we want to grab.
I
out
think that would be
recycling.
really cool, but I don't know how realistic
In 2 days.
it would be.
Right.
Well, I don't know if it can be done in 2 days, and I don't even know,
If
the
it
point
works,
scheme,
yeah.
if it will,
Be
match
worthwhile.
up to.
I think it would
high
match
score.
up.
I think if you
Yeah.
can manage to get a hold of 3 balls and have 3 balls continuously cycling,
You'll-
and it takes
Yeah.
5 seconds before you get that first one out and back,
The
That's a
problem
lot
is,
faster than shooting and chasing a ball.
really fast.
yeah, so if you're 50% on the center, round it up, you've got about a 3-to-1 ratio.
Yeah, and I think the time saved in not chasing the ball down is really the.
Yeah, that would be the biggest thing.
I guess it's one of those things that I think at this point maybe we until the field shows up, we work on the shooter and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
And then once we have the field, we can look at it and
That
place
being,
it.
Right.
that being said, we need to figure out what materials we need to make that happen.
I mean, I just think it would be more it would be a one-sided shooter because all shooters will have a spin to the
Yeah,
ball.
no,
It's a matter
absolutely.
of planning out the right
Absolutely.
spin.
Do we really
That's
need
gonna
it to
require-
go
we need to get
up
some
the
PVC or
ramp
something
though?
from Home Depot to make that work, right?
And then-
Probably, yeah.
We'll figure it out later.
I'd be inclined to say PVC.
Yeah, 4-inch PVC would have pretty much the right.
3 inches probably.
I bet,
Well, it says.
It goes by
We
height,
use the
but
same ball before.
I bet it was, 2 3/4 or 3 3/4?
I don't know.
What size is the ball?
It's
I think
3.5 OD, I think.
I thought it was 3 3/4. It was something 0.75.
but if
We
we
need
do
to
the
line-
recycler thing, we don't need to throw the balls up the ramp, do we? We can just make an arm that like
It has to
throws
roll-
them through the gate
Yeah,
and down the side.
I mean they have to.
As
roll.
long as
They can't.
And you just have to push it. You have to just
Yeah.
bring it from the ground.
you could
up
legit
and roll
have
it
an arm
down.
that goes out and then it acts as just like something where you just shoot the ball and then it may hit the arm and then go through and then
Yeah, just roll down a ramp
yeah.
into the gate through the well
As long as it's
around
not
the direction
outside
you
of
want it to go.
20 what is it 29 inches? You can't go horizontally or is it 29 inches?
4-inch.
I think it's 29 inches vertical.
Be close.
A 4
Wait,
inch
and
was
is-
probably very.
Andrew, is the 29 inches in all directions or just vertically?
Vertically.
So I could theoretically have something that goes out
It
30
drops
inches.
out to that 48 inches. Yeah. We can-
Yeah, so I could just have something that comes down, it's just a giant wall for the ball to just roll up and then back down, and it literally cannot leave the zone.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
That
Sounds awesome.
could
Yeah.
be possible.
And your robot can start right next to the ramp. It just can't be touching it.
Do we want to make a game breaker for robot
Yeah, of
shooters?
course.
Okay. I'm just wondering, like, I'm just
The
curious.
question is the speed. If the speed makes sense, then it
I
could be
think
a
the
pretty
speed would make
decent
perfect
strategy. But if the speed does not come out to what it
Well,
needs
basically
to
what
be,
it comes down to is we try it, and if it doesn't work, we go, okay, now everyone else doesn't have to try it. It's true.
Yeah.
Or if someone's really convinced we screwed up, they can try it. But
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
that's my.
The whole idea is we give ideas to everyone else and help out the other teams.
And they don't have to prototype things. Like we prototype, or they refine what we did.
And who knows, if this is the game breaker, then that means
Then
this
they'll
game
learn
is
some-
fairly simple.
Yeah.
If that's the game breaker, then that means this game is fairly simple. If that is the case. Can we draw some pictures of what we're thinking?
No, I think we should shoot a video just on,
Yeah, I agree.
on this part. Like, leave this where we are, do a summarization of
Yeah.
Okay.
what we just did, what we've done to this point. Let's just do a summarization of video.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm gonna do it.
Who's gonna shoot it? I mean, who's gonna?
I'll talk.
I'll shoot it.
I'm gonna grab mine.
And then food, right?
Yeah, high off the black marker.
I'm gonna pull it through.
I've been hungry since we got here.
Yeah, we should go get lunch after this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does everyone have any opinions? Is Del Taco okay?
I've never had
Are we all
taco.
gonna sign up?
It's very similar to Taco Bell.
I'm fine with that.
That's fine.
Can someone show me how to actually use the promo?
Okay, you just, I think you hit that record button once you turn it on.
Do you want to move the expo spray, maybe? I don't know.
Apparently it leaks a little. Where do you want me to be?
I'm trying to, I have no clue how to use your video. I mean, how to use it.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna stop the live streams.
I mean, they know that we release the YouTube videos, we have to tape them at some point. Spoilers.
Okay.
The other one I don't want watching is when we're testing
Okay,
our
so
robot.
first we'll put this side.
Just so we screw up so much like this now.
We're gonna give this one.
Okay.
Okay.
It's on. Alright, so basically, hold on, back up.
That's what I want.
I didn't know that camera came in red.
It's new.
You want me to move the light closer?
It might have more intensity available too.
Your problem's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
that's not your whiteboard.
Robin?
Yes.
Yeah.
My wife went.
The table?
Yeah, it's like kind of stuck.
This mic always freaks me
Back
out.
it up a little bit.
It always ends up playing that muffled.
Sure, we'll promote. I'll lock it a little bit.
You brought the watch the course for me there?
Help me lift it through the laptop.
You wanna get,
Barry, did you turn this on?
Yeah, it should be on.
Okay, so you turned it on though, it was like stored on, right?
Yeah, I turned it on.
Okay,
In case those batteries are dead.
pretty quick, yeah.
can you get the Red Robotics under the,
No, it's stuck to the wall.
Okay, I'm not worried about it. I tried. You heard me, I tried. That's right.
It doesn't have to be, I don't want it to be obvious that it's in the shot, I just want it to.
Well, right now we got a giant Orion capsule in the shot.
That's fine, I don't want it to be like,
Look at all the advertising!
no, it's fine, exactly, it's just part of the.
It will definitely be in shots. We will make sure that. I mean, there's a giant Delta maker.
I'm not too worried about it.
It's just, but it's just there on the wall, just so happens.
So my question right now,
Sorry,
you
that's where
are.
Bob put it.
Okay,
It's
guys,
just Andrew, your arm is blocking what you're going to be talking about there. Do we need to move this over to, or do you need to stand on the other side?
Yes.
Might just go back a little further, but yes, this should move over to. I'm getting a great shadow.
is there a way to pull up levels on this thing?
Is there a way to do what?
Pull up levels on this thing?
As in.
Audio levels?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, sure.
You can record a clip and then we'll just check it, I guess.
I think it should be okay. You want to just do a sound check?
Sound check, robot machine,
Alright,
recorder
so
on
this
3
is
now.
live. There we go.
Live
Now the
audio.
red button is
You
up
want
here.
that microphone jamming into
What is
your
that,
computer?
sir?
I don't feel it at all.
Alright, guys,
Is it jamming into my jugular? Oh. Okay. I probably sound like I'm in a toadstool then. Oh, it's just the clip that's up. Oh, this microphone's jamming in my jugular. It hurts so bad.
Oh, there it
There's
is.
robots and things. How does the levels look?
okay, it's good. Once I hit record, the levels pop up.
The entire ramp is curved. So the ramp is actually like this. The whole ramp is it's a V.
Oh, it's not flat.
So the black is
Sounds
a
like
flat.
a ramp.
So the entire ramp is
You just want to
divided.
make sure you can hear sound, that the things work.
I'm not just worried about the sound.
There's actually a
Me
gap
too.
off the floor because of the V.
Okay.
Oh,
I just want to make sure
Oh,
that it's
it's
like
not
on the wall.
working.
We haven't tested it yet. So it's good.
You can move it. It's in a weird spot.
That's a really weird
I can't
spot.
see it too.
You can just flip it to the entire
Let's
thing.
flip it to it.
Well,
I mean, they
about
need
it.
it, otherwise they're gonna get stuck.
I like that.
Oh,
Good.
yeah, there's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Drop it.
Drop it.
Oh, the gap on the floor, yeah.
Let's just try.
It means you only have half the ramp to
Yeah,
work
that's
with
good.
if you wanna recycle.
Just everyone's gonna be quiet when we shoot this, and he's gonna project.
I can do that, I do.
Let's do a quick check on that though, because I want to see the levels.
Yeah. We're just gonna use the shotgun mic,
Oh, okay.
so I don't have a big black cable going across my head.
Sounds good.
And I can speak loud.
And proud. Alright, that means the rest of us are good.
Alright, try something.
Okay, I'm talking about the robot now, and we're doing things with the robots.
Talk more normally.
Talking more normally, that's how I talk.
Alright, if you're not being recorded or filmed, the camera, let's leave the room.
Okay, whatever.
Split the difference of where you were. So you don't have to be as loud as you were initially.
So like this.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
So a little louder than you normally would, but you don't have to be shouting.
Okay. You get while it's recording, it shows you levels.
Yeah.
Okay. So
You both were good.
if you just need to stop me and we'll start over. It's
Yeah, you were barely starting to hit yellow a little bit than normal, and
Okay.
you were getting close to peaking on the
So
other
here,
side.
so this level is what we want.
Probably.
Okay.
And
And I have
I'll
to remember to turn it.
if you start going up and down, I'll tell you to
Okay.
hold it.
So before you hit record, I just have to think about what we're saying. The game's called Vortex. What?
Alright guys, we'll be quiet for about 2 minutes.
What's the game called again?
I have no idea.
Velocity Vortex.
Velocity Vortex.
All right. So I'm gonna say, all right, we just learned about Velocity Vortex, the 2017-16-17 FTC game. We've started looking at all of the strategies that we're gonna play. So we broke down and okay, I'm good.
Good?
Yeah.
Alright.
All right, so here we are, Robot 1 Weekend 2016. We just learned about Velocity Vortex, the new FTC game. We've started breaking down all the different elements of the game to figure out what strategy we want to pick. So we started off by just listing off all the different points. We had it all in one kind of simple to look at chart. And then from there, we started making a list of everything the robot can possibly do. So for instance, you can hit the beacon, you can cap, you can lift low, you can lift high. You can particles, you can score them on the vortex, you can score them to the side, you can hold them, you can shoot them, you can pick them up off the floor. So what we started doing is, so after we did all that, we had a discussion, we figured out, all right, what are we gonna do? What are our most important choices? And through our discussion, we were analyzing, all right, how many points did these different things get us that, why would we want to do them? And what we've come to is that the particle, being able to pick them up off the floor is definitely our biggest priority. We know that we need to do that because that gives us options as far as scoring them into the vortex or scoring them into the corner balls. So that's an important thing. We're going to prototype a shooter so we can shoot them high. We're also going to try to prototype something so we can shoot them onto the low corner goals. And then finally, we're on the fence. We're going to see what we're going to do with time as far as it goes of what we're going to do with the cap balls. Because we can potentially just be able to somewhat control them and get them off the ground to get the low lift, or if we have the time and the capabilities, maybe possibly lift them up and cap them in the end. But right now, our main goal is going to be focusing on those particles, adding something to hit the beacons we know is important for teams, and we might add that later, but we figure in our 2 days that the hardest thing that's going to be for us is dealing with the particles, so that's what we're going to focus on at this point. Flat field, we're considering doing a 6-wheel drive or a Mecanum drive. We're kind of on the fence about that. We're just going to look and see what the resources are to do all the different components. So stay tuned and check out what we've been doing so far. Is it okay? I kept turning away. So.
I said let's do it one more time. Yeah, that's why I was kind of like.
Yeah, I realized it. That's why I was just trying to come back.
There were a few times where you were rushing. You're like, and
yeah.
take your time. It's okay if we were all.
Okay.
I wasn't thinking about how much you were going to use the word, honestly.
Okay.
I think I'm going to try to bring this more for you and that. So
and that'll be better for the audio.
Your cutoff is basically where your left arm is right now.
Okay.
But you've got the whole board.
I don't move that much while I'm talking. So.
Yeah, you stay right now. I'm gonna finish. Nothing like this.
And that'll be better for the audio when I turn away to look at the board.
Yeah. What I would do is maybe try, and then we see the particle.
Right.
You can almost
I have
see
to remember where it is and what I'm talking about. Let's do it again.
Yeah, because if I think it's,
I keep forgetting what it's called. Velocity vortex.
when you're, sometimes when you pause, you use a filler like, and you know,
Yeah. And I
just
noticed that a
pause,
few
just
times.
pause, look where you're going,
Yeah.
and then pick out, that's what I would focus on.
Okay. Yeah, I think tacos will be good for lunch.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's already 1:30.
Alright. Yeah, well, you had it, I would say, let's say this will
It wasn't bad, it was just.
No, that's great. Alright.
Alright, so we just learned about velocity vortex, the 2016, 2017, wasn't actually recording.
It actually cuts out a little bit when you go into recording, so take your head off.
Oh. Oh, because it's not the full frame.
Yeah, I was I was like, wait, there was where you said it. Boop.
Okay. 2016 Robot on the Weekend, we're back. We just learned about the new FTC game, 2016-2017 Velocity Vortex. It's a pretty cool game, we like it, and we're trying to figure out what we're going to do. So we started off by just laying out all of the different scoring, get it all on a chart so it's easy for us to see and understand what we're going to be looking at. After that, we listed off, here's everything that a robot can do. We can hit the beacons, we can lift the cat balls, we can lift them low, we can lift them high, we can actually cat. Pick up particles off the ground, we can score the particles high, we can score the particles in the corner goals, and you can even push them around. After we've done that and figured it out, we're saying, okay, what can we do in our 2 days? And what do we want to do? What do we think is the most important? And for many of those things, the particles is really important. So picking the particles up off the ground is a big thing that we have to make sure we can do. And then it's going to be, can we shoot them high, or do we just want to score them into the corners? Finally, we'll see where we're at in the whole development cycle, if we can have the potential to pick up one of those cat balls and lift it up. Maybe go for a high, maybe for a cap. We'll see what it's like once we get our hand on a real ball. And finally, the beacons we know are super important, but we feel that mechanically and in our programming and our time and everything, that we're not going to focus on that primarily. We think that we have some ideas that might be a little simple to implement once we know the space of the robot. And certainly as far as autonomous programming goes, with 2 days, we're not going to have the best autonomous. So now we're ready to hit the ground running. We're going to start prototyping some things. We should have the field here shortly from the Tampa kickoff, get some lunch, and start building stuff. So stay tuned.
That was perfect.
Yes. I did it. You were happy.
That was great.
I did the weather wrong.
Yeah, that's honestly, I mean,
Yeah. Okay. All right.
because if we ever honestly need
You might want
that,
to take a picture of it,
whatever, I was like, we're about to just take a photo of it, so.
so you can just do the pan and scan and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Let's go talk to people about lunch. Okay, what are you doing for lunch? Someone want to drive over to? Yeah. Let's just do Del Taco. Easier.
I was gonna suggest everybody download the Chick-fil-A app, and they have a free, item turns out to be breakfast items, so we have a free breakfast tomorrow.
Okay, fair enough. So, what was good about that?
Del Taco sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, we could just order this point on it.
Okay, but I say for me,
Lunchtime!